touch gloves. Good luck.
Man, I'm expecting an explosive fight between these two featherweights.
Yeah, I know the longer fights go on for Padilla, the more he'll slow down. So I know Cameron's game plan was to drag this into championship water. We were planning on a late finish in the 4th or 5th.
Featherweight championship fight is underway.
You know, Cameron reminds me in some ways of Charles Oliveira, who won the title last night. There was a time in his career where when things would go wrong for him, he would sort of wilt and die, and he outgrew that and has really started to shine again. He's just a phenomenal athlete, and the heart questions that we had early are gone. He's a dog again.
Right, his mindset was very sharp for this fight. He's landed 2 good left hands. His goal is to just touch. He can't sit down.
Oh, nice left hand there.
And that's what he's looking for. But Padilla's all sorts of dangerous. He likes to throw volume. He can eat punches very well. Padilla's actually staying pretty patient. I think he knows he's in for a 5-rounder.
Yeah, the look on Padilla's face is nice and composed. I mean, very awkward body. Just look, that length is just can cause all sorts of trouble for his opponents. Just being very patient, and that's a nice combo there for Graves.
Yeah, good 3-piece. But again, that's Padilla. He ate 3 good punches, 2 of them power shots, and didn't change his demeanor. Goes right back to pressuring. It's important Cameron stays very patient and knows this is going to be a longer fight.
The southpaw and our champion, Cameron Graves, the left-handed fighter, taking on the conventional Padilla.
And Cameron's finding a home early for that left hand, and I know that's what Cam needs. He needs to touch that punch a few times before he starts to put a little more power behind it. And then and don't expect a lot of high kicks. He'll throw them very sparingly when he knows they can land. He also doesn't want to telegraph that shot.
And also, he's going against a longer and taller fighter. He doesn't want to overextend that.
You know, Cameron, when we first saw him, was a grappler first. And it seems like this would be a fight where those grappling skills could really shine. Doesn't seem like that's the game plan, though.
You know what? Padilla's a 10th planet guy. He's got a lot of submission wins off of his back in guard. This is a fight I feel that
body kick by Graves.
Padilla. That's the first reaction we got out of Padilla, and he was not a big fan of that.
Cameron Graves, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Travis Took. And we saw him land a solid jab there to Padilla. Striking is covered by striking coach Matt Wald.
Both guys connect there.
And Cameron's touching him up. And one thing we noticed in Padilla's tape is his 3rd round was often his worst round. He'd start the best in the 1st, he'd keep it in the 2nd, but the fights would drag on and he would fade. And it looks like he's acknowledged his own faults there. He's way more patient than normal as Padilla. And Graves is always a cerebral fighter, taking his time.
Padilla knowing he's got a 5-round fight ahead of him.
You can see Cameron's just waiting to pull and let that left hand go.
Both fighters are being very patient right now.
Nice, good left hand there from Cameron.
Good land there from both fighters.
You can see both guys got a little damage right around their eyes from the straight punches of their adversaries.
And that's something we've seen with Cameron in most fights. He wears his damage, unfortunately, and judges often will take a look at that. Cameron, not always great at hiding.
This has been a very technical striking bout thus far, and though this hasn't been a firefight, everything has been tit for tat for these two fighters. You know, Cameron will land some, Padilla will land some. A very technical bout thus far.
Nice. Another good left hand there from Cameron. And one thing about Padilla, he's keeping his cool. I mean, his face hasn't changed. He's keeping the same little beat forward.
Well, and he's controlled, you know, the middle of the ring. I mean, this is something that we've talked about with close fights. A lot of the time, who's in control is the guy who's in the middle. But Cameron's doing a good job of landing good shots with his back against the cage.
Good dirty boxing there by Padilla, where he's holding the head and just launching these short, choppy uppercuts onto the champion. Graves looking for that big left straight down the middle.
Cam needs to do a little more angle work and not get cut off so much by Padilla.
Man, Padilla has just a stalking style where he's just constantly just chopping forward.
Both guys land there.
That got Padilla's attention.
Padilla wearing some damage around his nose and eyes.
Yep.
Cameron as well.
Really technical, really good first round.
Nice body kick on the inside from Cam. Good
End of the first round in this championship fight. Tough one to call. You had Padilla putting the pressure onto our champion. Champion was able to land a few body kicks, land a couple of left straights.
Yeah, that's tough for the judges. I honestly, I'd hate to be in their position. Both guys landed some really nice shots.
Ever see that body kick from earlier from Graves? He's also able to finish the round with a good body kick.
Yeah, Cam had the quality shots. Padilla had the activity and the pressure.
That constant closing of the gap by Padilla, just constantly just closing the gap, coming forward, coming forward, coming forward. I mean, that wears on a fighter that is not prepared. He's taking on a double tough champion in Cameron Graves.
It was really Cameron's left hand that was doing all the damage in that round.
Round 2 of this championship fight. This could go into deep waters. These two are fighting very technical, very cautious.
Good body kick again from Cameron.
Already feeling like these two are a little bit looser to start off this the second round.
What I will say is both guys are keeping a pace that I think they can keep for 25 minutes.
I agree. Cameron had a really good 4-hit combination there. He went cross hook, cross uppercut.
And I'm curious if, I mean, you guys talked about the game plan of riding out the early storm. If there isn't an early storm, I wonder if Cameron's corner adjusts and says, hey, let's put on some pressure early in the fight. Let's put the pressure to him if he's not going to bring it to us early.
Yeah. I'll tell you, even in fights at this pace, as the fights did drag on, Padilla would slow down. And it wasn't even that his punches would slow, it's that his activity would fade a bit.
Tie clinch by
Cameron needs to
Padilla.
tighten up right now.
Yeah, he had, that was maybe his best moment in the first round, was when he got that clinch and started landing those uppercuts. Landed a big knee out of that, and now he's landing some good knees to the body.
He's getting a little defensive. He needs to lift the
Graves
clinch
now
up.
covering up. Padilla picking up the pressure.
Cameron needs to look to work and get out of this corner. He needs to get over whatever he's feeling and start to get to work.
Padilla with the elbow. Padilla with the elbow.
Wow.
To score the knockout victory and become our new Fury fighting champion at 145.
Cameron got cut open pretty good from that elbow too.
Yeah, and that just landed so blunt. I mean, it's just a nasty, nasty elbow right there. That kid's good.
Yeah, Padilla.
That's an impressive showing against a incredibly game fighter.
You ever see some of the highlights? As soon as Padilla used that tie clinch, I mean, he took over the fight.
Yep.
It's just
This
that
knee.
That height and that
Oh,
short,
there's the elbow
choppy
to finish
elbow
it.
onto the champion's temple was just too much. Right there. I mean, just that height and that tie clinch.
Honestly, it felt like this fight was kind of getting away from Cameron before that elbow. It felt like the knee in the clinch is really what kind of took the gas out of him, and he started covering up in the corner, and it was falling apart quickly for him there.
Here's that knee that you were talking about. I think this one narrowly missed, or it kind of edged off of him.
The hook certainly didn't miss.
And that got Graves' attention. I think from there, he just kind of felt the strength of that tie clinch, just was not able to recover. But congratulations to our new featherweight champion of Fury FC, Fernando Padilla. Dethroning a very game competitor in Cameron Graves.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jacob Montalvo calls for a stop to the action. 1 minute, 19 seconds into round number 2. Declaring your winner by TKO to the strikes and your new Fury FC featherweight champion, El Valiente